In today's news, new licensing authority to be established in the BVI before Governor Jaspert gives his assent. And the bill to decriminalize the possession of small amounts of cannabis have been passed to the UK Foreign Minister for further consideration.
As well as a shortage of staff at the BVI Health Services Authority has now led to a delay in our COVID-19 results. And Caribbean Posh Girl is now given back to the Diabetes Association in a very cute but purposeful way. All that and so much more when 284 News returns.
Can you hear the Christmas bells ringing? Are you listening? Right Way Food Markets is giving back up to $10,000 to you, and yes, you. Spend $50 or more in any one of our locations for a chance to win one of two $500 store vouchers each week. And there's more. On the day before Christmas, 2 lucky persons will win $1,000. Just scan the QR code to upload your receipt or simply drop it into the entry box to win. This promotion ends on December 24th. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! I am a poor boy to
Welcome, viewers. This is 284 News, and it's Thursday, December 10th, 2020. My name is Javon Wilson.
And I am Kyla Kenesha Forbes. We are coming to you live out of Tortola, British Virgin Islands. And of course, we have your local, regional, and international content. But before we get into it, Javon will do our news summary.
Absolutely. Now, the COVID results are now being delayed because of a shortage at the BVI Health Services Authority. Now, Kyla, we do know there is a 24-hour turnover period for tests currently, but what we're seeing is those test results being delayed because of the shortage at the BVI Health Services Authority. And this could be far-reaching because when we think about especially our travelers or tourists coming into the territory, they would have booked a specific amount of days based on the number of days that is required for mandatory quarantine and testing. And now we are seeing that unless they're able to receive those results, they won't be allowed to get into the community and of course enjoy the BVI.
Javon, from the very beginning, we understood how important that turnaround time was at the end of that 4-day quarantine. As you said, persons are booking trips specifically for specific times. So if a tourist is here for 10 days, all they want to spend is 4 to 5 days the
Max.
Most. Yeah. So that's definitely something that hopefully is rectified as quickly as possible. Because it's very important.
Absolutely. And we now know that 40 young people from the 1st District are now equipped with the technique of public speaking thanks to a collaboration between the Tortola Toastmasters Club and the 1st District Committee. Now, these kids were able to log on every Sunday for 5 consecutive weeks to learn about the art of public speaking. And Kyla, we know that for sure is an invaluable skill. So I'm really happy to see the Premier and his District Committee really taking this initiative into their care and making sure that this is something that the kids can learn from.
Javon, specifically in the industry that we're in, we understand how important such a skill can be. And I really love that to see our leaders, our Premier, investing in the young people from young to make sure that they have this skill. It might not be just in a career, but just to have it as a life skill is definitely awesome. Now, viewers, as we move on, Governor Jaspert has provided updates on the status of the Cannabis Licensing Bill 2020 and the Drug Prevention of Misuse Amendment Bill 2020. Javon, as you know, the Cannabis Bill was passed in the House of Assembly on June 30th, 2020 and was quickly passed on to the governor's office for the governor's assent. So really and truly, that has been about 5 months since that have been passed on to the governor's office. And really and truly, as of recent, Governor Jaspert have been getting a bit of heat as persons grew impatient with waiting on some sort of status for these bills. What is really happening? So viewers, today we do have an update which will be covered in this newscast.
Absolutely.
So without any further ado, let's just jump right into it. Now, as I was just talking about, now in a statement issued on December 10th, 2020, Governor Augustus J.U. Jaspert gave updates on the Drug Prevention of Misuse Amendment Bill 2020. This bill will decriminalize possession of small amounts of cannabis and erase some previous convictions. Now, Governor Jaspert explained that the UK Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab would like to give further consideration to the bill to explore the possible effects of decriminalizing the possession of a recreational drug and thereby potentially increasing the selling and the buying of this substance. Now, it was explained that the UK Foreign Secretary has instructed Governor Augustus J.U. Jaspert to pass the bill to him for assent. Governor Jaspert explained that the Foreign Secretary does not use his power lightly and that he, Governor Jaspert, fully supports this request. Now, Governor Jaspert said, and I quote, "The Foreign Secretary does not use his powers lightly, but believes this bill requires further consideration at the most senior level in London in order to reassure the people of the BVI and international partners. His decision to do so is a reflection of the UK government's belief that the safety and security of the BVI is paramount, which I fully support. It is only right that the highest levels of diligence and care are exercised when it comes to the lives and livelihoods of Virgin Islanders," end quote. Now, the BVI Constitution actually gives the Foreign Secretary this power to instruct a governor in this way. Now, Javon, this is big news coming out of the governor's office as it pertains to updates. As we see with this bill, the Drug Prevention of Misuse Amendment Bill is still being somewhat under consideration. It has now been passed on to higher levels over in the United Kingdom for more consideration. So I think we'll have to wait a bit longer to see what that really looks like.
And Kyla, it's a very foreign process to us because what we're accustomed to is, the bills would be passed in the House of Assembly and then passed on to the governor's office for assent. Clearly, these bills will change the dynamic of the economies here in the BVI, and not just the economic we're not just looking at it economically, but we also have to look at how it will change the social fabric of the community.
Most definitely.
And I think because of those long-term ramifications, we have to consider all the points considered. But we cannot deny that this has taken 5 months. So for us to be here still in a state of consideration after 5 months, especially at a juncture where the BVI is in dire need to diversify the economy and come up with new revenue generators, it is a bit daunting, and I think as a territory we're all just ready to move forward with the process.
I think the territory is definitely ready, and I'm hoping now that it is at a higher level that it would not take another 5 months or even longer for the people of the Virgin Islands to get some sort of answer as to will this bill become law.
Absolutely. Viewers, as we move on, the UK Maritime and Coast Guard Agency, which is an executive agency of the UK government, will now provide $174,000 of funding to BVI's Virgin Islands Search and Rescue, which of course is VISAR, in order to support the ongoing search and rescue operations here in the BVI. Now, the announcement was made on Monday by the governor during VISAR's annual general meeting, which was attended by VISAR's board of directors, volunteers, and supporters of the charity. The governor's office have secured these funds for the territory. Now, viewers, approximately $140,000 of the MCA funds will contribute towards the purchase of a new vessel, enabling VISAR to have an expanded presence here in, of course, the Virgin Islands, but specifically in Virgin Gorda, and thereby a larger footprint across the territory. The MCA will also provide funds to support the maintenance of this new vessel, as well as VISAR's existing vessel, to ensure that both boats can deliver their full potential out on the water. Now, the remaining funds will also enable VISAR to run a first responder course for volunteers working in remote locations. This will give them the skills and capability to help any injured persons ahead of professional medical services arriving on location. Now, in a territory such as the BVI, which spans many miles of seas, including islands and without medical facilities, first response could definitely save lives. Now, viewers, altogether, these funds will give a significant boost to the BVI's maritime sector and contribute towards the BVI's ongoing effort to fulfill international obligations in this area. Now, His Excellency the Governor said, and I quote, "I am very happy to announce this funding and to see continued collaboration between VISAR and the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency. The MCA has always held VISAR in the highest regard for its governance structure, accountability, and operational delivery." He added that this is something I take special interest in, given my constitutional responsibility for the safety of the BVI and our disaster preparedness. I am pleased to see UK funds being invested in our people to help other people, end of quote. Now, viewers, Ms. Julie Schneider, the Executive Creative Director at VISAR, said, and I further quote, "VISAR is grateful to the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency for the recognition of our volunteer service and the rescue organization, and also for the generous grant which will secure the purchase of our new rescue vessel for Virgin Gorda. This will ensure the continued safety of our crew and the citizens and residents, as well as the visitors of the Virgin Islands." Now, Mr. Christopher Doherty Ingram of the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency said, "We are very pleased to support projects which assist the BVI in enhancing the safety of life at sea and fulfill its international maritime obligations. This new vessel and its first responder training can make all the difference in life or death situations." Now, viewers, for those of you who may not be familiar, VISAR is a non-profit, non-governmental voluntary organization dedicated to saving lives at sea here in the BVI. It is officially recognized as the search and rescue service of the British Virgin Islands, where it provides 24-hour cover every year in close operation with the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force, fire and ambulance services. Since VISAR's formation, it has carried over 1,600 search and rescue missions. Now, Kyla, we do know VISAR to be one of the extended arms in our community, of course, nonprofit, who continue to volunteer their services to protect persons at sea. And they've done this for absolutely nothing. We're very grateful, and we do know that the Governor Jaspert, he has been one of their main patrons over the years, but we're very happy to see the Maritime Organization as well, the UK Maritime and Coast Guard Agency, really lending support, especially to the Virgin Gorda vessel, because right now we do know of the fake, I don't want to say fake, the synthetic ice skating ring at the Pier Park.
Right.
That was one of the projects they actually rolled out so that they can raise funds for that vessel. So I'm really happy to see the UK Maritime and Coast Guard Agency stepping in and say, hey, we're going to help you, and really going all the way with that help.
Definitely great stuff. Now, viewers, still ahead, Caribbean Posh Girl is giving back to the Diabetes Association in a super cute and purposeful way. Stay with us to hear all about it after this short commercial break.
The win! Oh!
What the hell?
I'm freaking out!
Is time.
284 News.
Coming to you live and direct from the beautiful British Virgin Islands.
What's poppin', what's really good, what's happening, what's up?
Davis has won it for the Lakers!
Viewers, welcome back to 284 News. Now, today I am so honored to be hosting somebody who I definitely consider to be a beauty in the community, but definitely one with a passion and one with a purpose here. Of course, standing for all things women empowerment and beyond. She is no other than Miss Janet Bryn. So welcome to 284 Media.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right, Janet, so your brand continues to ring bells in the community, but for those people who literally live under a rock and might not be familiar with what it is that you do, of course, as it relates to your business, just tell us a little bit about your various brands, I should say, various brands.
So Caribbean Posh, it's a lifestyle brand dedicated to the empowerment of Caribbean women. It initially started as a publication where, you know, me as a Caribbean woman, I wanted to create a platform to celebrate Caribbean people, Caribbean women in particular, with different things to say. So from photography to modeling to writing to entrepreneurship, and which is a big deal for me right now. Just everything, any talent that we have within the Caribbean, I wanted to have a platform to celebrate that, because at the time, I started this in grad school, I felt there wasn't enough celebration of my people. So I wanted to do that, and that's how, in summary, that's how Caribbean Posh started. Later on, when I came home, the Caribbean Posh Girl Power Brunch evolved.
And it's a hit. It's a complete hit.
Yes, I love it. It just came as an idea to, you know, further extend the brand and really reach people, women, as I say, in particular, and get us celebrating who we are and getting us to better acknowledge the things that we go through as women, and recognizing that we're not alone in all these various thoughts and feelings and struggles that we go through. So to come together in fellowship in a fun and happy way, and stylish, I might add.
Oh, absolutely.
To do that, it creates empowerment, and it creates enrichment and encouragement for us to want to do better and believe in ourselves more. So
I absolutely
love
that. Absolutely. And I've had the pleasure of attending more than one of the events, and I know I can speak to the fact that it really encapsulates all the things that you just said. And it really reminds us that we are a lot similar than we think, and that there's power in fellowship. Now, there's also the magazine, which also serves as a hub. So tell us a little bit about that as well.
Yeah, so the magazine, which is available primarily online now at CaribbeanPosh.com, it is also available print on demand if you so choose, because these days not a lot of prints in stores now, but still we keep the platform alive. We have various writers throughout the Caribbean that would make contributions from time to time, and that's basically it.
All right.
We telling our stories and letting people know about what we're doing as Caribbean women, and letting the world know what's happening in the Caribbean. So
now you have created what I would consider to be a very successful and a brand that really leaves a positive imprint in the community. When I think about Caribbean Posh Girl, I think about reaching back and really assisting other women, but also paving the way for young girls. Now, today we're speaking to Caribbean Posh Girl in a different breath, reaching back to the community and giving back to a very important cause, that is the issue of diabetes in our community. But of course, in a very stylish way. So just go right ahead, tell us all about the Posh Girl Weekend Bag, because it's beautiful, and viewers, trust me, you want to see this.
Yeah, so this holiday season, you know, with all that's going on in the world right now, I felt it important to, you know, to give back as much as I could and do something fun and do something to, you know, brighten up people's lives. So I thought on, you know, the Posh Girl Weekend Bag, which is a cute, if you're a lover of pink and all things feminine and empowering, the Posh Girl Weekend Bag is it. I rock mine every weekend, you know, whether I'm going to the beach or just going to the supermarket, running my errands. I have my little bag and I just feel cute and happy with it.
It's beautiful.
Yes. So it's available for the holiday season. hair locally at Taino Boutique, and in the US VI at Soul to Soul Boutique. And with each purchase, it's supporting the Diabetes Association. Let me take a moment to also thank Charlene Lewis and other members of the Diabetic Association,
Yes.
Diabetes Association, I should say, that are doing tremendous work to bring more awareness to this disease that has continued and is continuing to impact not just the BVI, but the Caribbean as a whole. Younger and younger people are being impacted by diabetes. And for me, it's very personal. Having lost my grandfather to diabetes, I saw firsthand how much people really suffer from diabetes. You know, things like just waking up one morning and you can't see. It's very, very hurtful, diabetes. And then, of course, my mother, my dear mother, Marjorie Smith, who lives with diabetes. You know, I've seen her fluctuate in her weight, and she working 7 days a week, relentlessly pushing, and doing everything for not just the business, but her children. You know, for me as a woman looking at her, I felt, you know, this is
The least you can do.
right. I mean, it's just crazy. So I'm just happy to be able to just do something to help make a difference and help bring more awareness, to educate us more, or remind us, because we know about diabetes, but we need to be reminded of the importance of living better and taking care of ourselves, because diabetes you don't pick it, obviously.
Right.
It picks you, and you
right,
just
absolutely.
you have to figure out how to carry on and make the best of your life. So awareness is key, and I'm glad that through the Posh Girl Power Brunch, and specifically the Posh Girl Weekend Bag,
Yes.
we could bring some awareness and celebrate and recognize amazing women like my mother who are living with diabetes.
Well, wow, Janet, I think it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. It's very refreshing as well to know that you can use not only your brand, but your experience, because it doesn't really hit home until it hits home.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Using that as a catalyst to bring awareness and, of course, to bring support to the diabetes community. Just let viewers know once again how they can grab a bag. It's $65.
Yes.
We're just going to go ahead and show you really quickly what it looks like.
Yes.
It's
so
super handy,
cute
super
little,
posh.
yes.
Blush,
yes,
of
yes.
course, a very neutral, beautiful color that goes with absolutely everything. So yeah, this is the perfect gift as well for Christmas if you're looking for, you know,
Yes.
something to give somebody or gift yourself. I mean, it's
I
Christmas.
always encourage ladies to gift yourself. Take care of yourself, love yourself first. If you can't love yourself first, you're not going to be able to love others very well. So make sure you do that. Guys looking for a neat little gift for your girlfriend or wife, or even your daughter, you know, or your co-worker, anybody,
Or your girlfriend,
anyone.
somebody. All right.
Who could use a nice little Posh Girl Weekend bag.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, well, viewers, there you have it. The Posh Girl brand is bringing it to you. This is the perfect weekend bag and also the perfect gift. But more importantly, a gift with a cause where you get to give back to something that is very near and dear to our community. And of course, and that is beating diabetes and of course, encouraging a healthier lifestyle. Janet, I want to thank you so much for joining us. And of course, the
Yes.
gifts that you continue to bring to our community.
Thank you again. And I just want to say really quickly, Taino Boutique, stop by Tortola Pear Park to get your Posh Girl Power Weekend bag.
Yes.
And there's an extra gift inside.
Okay.
Each purchase, not only are you supporting diabetes, but you also get a discount to next year's Posh Girl Power Brunch. So
It's a win-win. Viewers,
it's a gift that
win-win.
keeps on giving, literally. So
Absolutely,
thank you.
Janet. Again, thank you so much. And viewers, we're going to go to a very quick commercial break. But when we come back, there's more news. So stick with us.
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
Welcome back, viewers. Now, in a press release, we've been speaking all about it. Earlier in the newscast, the governor of the Virgin Islands, Augustus J.U. Jaspert, addressed the people of the Virgin Islands and gave updates on now the cannabis licensing bill. Now, the Cannabis and Licensing Bill 2020 was passed in the House of Assembly and handed over to the governor's office for his assent in July 2020. The Cannabis Licensing Act 2020 enables the licensed cultivation, processing, importation, exportation, and the sale of cannabis for certain purposes. Now, largely medicinal and therapeutic, that is. Now, in addressing the Cannabis Licensing Act 2020, Governor Jaspert stated that the bill presented potential economic opportunities for the territory of the Virgin Islands. Governor Jaspert expressed that he applauded the territory's efforts to diversify its economy and pledged his support in its efforts. He also said, and I quote, "I am supportive of the BVI investing in new and innovative industries and creating jobs and growth for its people," end quote. He further stated, "Therefore, the focus over the past few months has been to establish what steps need to be taken to assent to be granted so that any new medical marijuana industry is successful," end quote. Now, at present, the UK government acts as the licensing authority of narcotics in the BVI. Under this Cannabis Licensing Act, a new authority for the licensing of narcotics will have to be established in the BVI. Governor Jaspert is asking for the BVI and the UK to take the preliminary steps to transfer this authority and enter into a memorandum of understanding. Governor Jaspert revealed that after these steps have been taken, he hopes that the assent can then be granted. Now, Javon, just like the other bill, 5 months later, we're still not quite yet to that place of being, to receiving that assent from the governor, that is. But this one, I see where we have the steps that we need to take. We know what is our next steps. And I think right now it's up to the BVI and the UK to work alongside each other to establish this licensing authority here in the BVI.
Now, one of the confines of the bill that was presented is that this authority will be established regardless. And generally, I think conventionally, one would think in order for anything to be established, you would first need to assent to the bill, make it legislation, and then you move on to the mechanisms that will facilitate that. Because really and truly, there are no guarantees that once the authority is established, it will be passed. Either way, we have to trust, however, that is the step that will be taken. But come to think of it, Kyla, again, 5 months after the bill was submitted, I think these conversations should have been underway already. And I know there was always room for consideration, because one of the things we have to remember is the BVI, as a dependent of the United Kingdom, we have to live up to the international guidelines that governs these type of situations. So it is a tricky situation for sure, but we definitely I think the government will need to stay in constant conversation with the United Kingdom on this to ensure that we can move fast now that the steps have been laid out.
Javon, you made a very good point, the fact that this was in the legislation, and you would think that, you know, that assent would then trickle down to making these steps. But one thing that Governor Jaspert did really and truly pinpoint in his statement is that, as you said, those international standards must be maintained. Also, you made a very good point that in his statement, he also said that he has hopes that after this happens, then it would be assent. So really and truly, there's no guarantee. But viewers, of course, we will have to just keep our eye on it and see how it goes.
Absolutely. And of course, be bringing you those updates whether it's here via our live newscast or via our website. There's so much more that we would like to get into today, viewers, but unfortunately, we are out of time. But before we go, just a kind reminder to head on over to our page and check out our Christmas Business Bonanza.
Yeah.
Daily, we are going out to businesses on their location and really tapping into their world just to showcase to you what the options are for Christmas, whether you're shopping for yourself or for a family or friend. So, of course, head over to our page to view that. But for now, that is all the time we have. My name is Javon Wilson.
And I am Kyla Kenesha Forbes. Of course, we'll see you again tomorrow, where we bring you your local, regional, and international content. But for now, we want to wish you a good evening.
Take
Bye.
care.